Just as Arthur Ashe's emergence in 1968 derived from the determination of an exceptional athlete, the emergence of Special Olympics International derived from the determination of an exceptional voice of conscience. Born into a family that has always answered the call to public service, Eunice Kennedy would answer that call closest to home, motivated by the difficulties with which mental retardation had beset her older sister, Rosemary. And so in 1962, with her brother leading the nation, she too would lead, by writing an article for the Saturday Evening Post that would openly share what most others hid in misbegotten shame. In personal and universal terms, it would tell the thousands of families affected by mental retardation that they were not alone, and that above all, there was hope. But knowing that words alone would not change long-held attitudes about mental retardation, Eunice would apply the love of sports that pervaded her family to exercise her conscience at yet another level. Combining conviction and boundless energy with the loving support of her husband, Sergeant Shriver, she would begin a life's work literally in their own backyard. Affectionately dubbed Camp Shriver, it was a place where people with disabilities would not only be encouraged, but more importantly, challenged, in what would metaphorically become a qualifying round for the main event still some years away. And then in 1968, in the same city torn by dissension at the Democratic National Convention, Special Olympics would begin with the voice that extended one of humanity's most noble traditions to those perhaps disabled but equally deserving.
In ancient Rome, the gladiators went into the arena with these words on their lips: "Let me win, but if I cannot win, let me be brave in the attempt." Let us begin the Olympics. Thank you.
The stands of Soldier Field may not have been filled that year, but every athlete, official, coach, and volunteer had been profoundly ennobled. 30 years later, empty fields of dreams now glow with dazzling dreams fulfilled, and Special Olympics International flourishes as one of the most compelling, most widely applauded, most widely supported movements in global history. Speaking to our best instincts, Special Olympics have transcended enmity and war, as in Lebanon, where fighting was suspended to allow the games to proceed as scheduled, and in Ireland, where Irish and Northern Irish Special Olympians compete on the same team. Over time, Special Olympics has attracted the support of many of the great athletes, entertainers, celebrities, and leaders of our era, who recognize that in giving of their time to help others, it is often they themselves who reap the greatest rewards. Here in America, as outstanding Special Olympians like Loretta Claiborne receive the opportunities and national recognition they deserve, the movement's 30th anniversary has garnered national attention.
Well, you know, it's an extraordinarily powerful movement, I think because it's so simple. It's just about giving people a chance. I think my mother's vision was partly born out of her sister, but also partly born out of her own determination and her own love of sport, which was unusual for a woman in those days. Anyone can imagine what happens when a child is born. You know, there's a quick question: is the baby okay? Mm-hmm. There's two possible answers. Yes, everybody's excited. No, fear, heartbreak, sadness. Special Olympics is about taking that moment when everything is up for grabs and there's tremendous apprehension, and saying that it's not what you're born with, but what you bring to the table. You know that if you run that race with everything God gave you, you've won.
To every athlete, Special Olympics means a sense of self-worth that extends beyond the arena. To every parent and sibling, it is literally a new lease on family life. To every coach, it offers the satisfaction of imparting expertise and instilling confidence. To every volunteer, it is the means through which the words of Eunice Kennedy Shriver hit home, knowing that as we hope for the best in them, hope is reborn in us. And at every finish line, the voice of the ultimate Special Olympics volunteer reverberates not with pity, not with qualification, but with the kind of love that exudes respect, that fosters achievement, and that in no uncertain terms demands entitlement.
The right to play on any playing field, you have earned it. The right to study in any school, you have earned it. The right to hold a job, you have earned it. The right to be anyone's neighbor, you have earned it.
And so today, 30 years after those first summer games, working hand in hand with her husband and sustained by the family that shares her passion and commitment, it is Eunice Kennedy Shriver who has earned a place among those who exemplify the power of one person and one voice to make a difference. Founder of Special Olympics International and an international ambassador of love, dignity, and hope, Eunice Kennedy Shriver, a voice of conscience.